So Google Chat is Google's version of Slack, and you can see here that we've got lots of different chat rooms. We've got chat rooms for the team, and we've got other videos on how to use Google Chat to be effective within your business. But one of the things that I love about Google Chat is there is a Google Meet bot, and that Google Meet bot will actually automate scheduling your meetings. So all you have to do is say hello to the Meet bot, and so you can see here Angel has said schedule a meeting with Peter tomorrow at 10 a.m. and Google Meet has actually said, hey Angel, you've got a conflict, but here's some other times where both of you are available. And obviously Google is going and looking at each one of your calendars, and from your calendars determining when you are available. And then you can see Google has automatically scheduled a meeting here for Angel just based on the bot. And it's literally a matter of mentioning the bot. So you just mention Meet and then schedule a meeting with Angel, and then it'll automatically jump in and schedule it for you. Pretty groovy, right? And that's where you really get the advantage of having all of Google's tools talking to each other nicely. Okay, so here's one last thing that you can do inside of Google Chat, and absolutely love this one. So from here, you can see I've got my Google one-on-one chat with Angel, and at any point I need to jump in and create a meeting with Angel. Let's say maybe we're chatting backwards and forwards, having a lovely old conversation, and we decide, hey, you know what, let's jump on a quick meeting and have a chat about that. I can click one button and then hit return, and Google's going to generate a meeting link for me so I can jump straight into a meeting. So again, they're having everything integrated together nicely just means that it's much, much simpler to get all of your tasks done in the Google ecosystem. And what I love about that is it means that there's no back and forward working between different apps and working between different compatibilities, and there's no downloads. My partner was using Zoom the other day and had to restart her Mac a couple of times because the audio was stuffing up. You know, when you're using Google, because it's in the browser, it just works. There's no downloads, there's no, oh, I'm on the wrong version, there's no trying to do a recording down to your local computer and, you know, slowing down the computer or anything like that. It all just works really, really nicely. I have not seen any businesses in the large corporate space that are restricted from using Google Meet. I've not had any problems with any one of our customers, and we've got a number of large customers. In fact, many large organizations even use Google for their ecosystem. I'm talking about Woolworths, I'm talking about Virgin, I'm talking about Kogan, Fortescue Metals, many large organizations use Google Meet to, and Google Apps and G Suite as the whole ecosystem, including educational institutions as well. So I would be surprised if anyone was blocking Meet, particularly since it works in Safari and in Chrome as well. It's very unlikely that you would have anyone who has compatibility issues, and there's no plugins or anything to download, which makes it pretty damn handy. Kelvin has said, is there a voice option or just typing? Unfortunately, there's no voice option inside of Google Chat, which is a bit of a shame. I'd love them to create that, but unfortunately, there's no current push-to-talk voice option, which I would love to have. However, if you're using either an iOS device or an Android device, both of them have keyboards that will allow you to actually type by talking. So you can use Siri to do talk to type, and you can also do that on an Android phone as well, and that's what I find myself using. I don't like voice notes because it requires the other person to basically sit there and listen to your voice note, and I think that's a little bit let's say out of integrity to impose somebody else to listen to your voice note unless they have invited it. I've had people send me like 5 minutes of voice notes at a time. Honestly, it gives me the shits because I can skim a text message in 10 seconds or less, but I don't have the time to sit there for 5 minutes. And this whole thing that we're talking about is all about delegation and getting you back more time, right? So if you are one of those people who likes to send voice notes, I would say just get permission from the person that you're sending it to, but keep in mind the time tax that you're adding to the person that you're sending that to. And if you can use voice to text instead, that might be better for both people that are involved. Cool. Matt has said, I use Slack because I can integrate third-party programs into individual channels. Can Google Chat achieve this? Yes, you can, Matt. So Google Chat lets you integrate third-party tools into the chat, which is really cool. And you can integrate custom tools using Zapier. And that's one of the things that our team can actually help you with. If you're a member of our Growth Concierge plan, we can actually help create any zaps or any alerts from third-party applications that are compatible with Zapier and have them drop details into your Google Chat. And so this is what that looks like inside of Google Chat. If I go into my team thread here, anytime a customer gives us like a positive rating on a ticket, it'll automatically be brought into the chat. When we have a Zendesk ticket that's about to go over its guaranteed response time, that'll come into the chat. So these are third-party integrations that we've created. You'll see here that some of these, the team, I'm trying to find an example where the team are jumping on and celebrating. Oh, we got some happy birthday ones there. So all those kind of integrations are available inside of chat, and that lets you do some third-party integrations yourself, as well as there being bots for many apps in third-party space. So things like Asana, Zendesk has its own bot, and so you can have the bots, just like the Google Meet bot, automatically bring information into Google Meet. Google did a very good job of actually bringing that in to Google Meet when they launched it, and so our team can help you make that happen if you're interested in building that out, rather than you spending time doing that yourself. Okay, so I want to talk about one of the final coolest features of Google Meet, and I use this one all the time when we are recording training or when I'm sharing with someone, and especially in the process of delegating. Remember I said that one of the most important things that you can do is to show someone you doing the process and record that session of you showing someone how to do the process so that they can then learn how to do it, but always have something else to refer to. So we like doing that on a Google Meet. So we jump into a Google Meet, and Google has this amazing record feature which just actually records to the cloud. So inside my Google Meet, I hit the record button. It's going to just ask me whether or not I want to record, and then it's going to start recording the Google Meet. There's an 8-hour time limit, so you can go absolutely bananas on recording, and then once you've finished the recording, it automatically puts it straight into your Google Drive. It is a great way of capturing training when you're training someone over a live meeting. And what I love about that is you can record pretty much anything, because we're on a G Suite business plan. We get unlimited storage inside of Google Drive, and so everything is just automatically recorded as soon as we hit that record button inside our meetings. Now what that means is we'll record key meetings, we'll record strategic meetings, we'll record HR meetings, everything that we think is useful to retain in the business, we'll hit that record button and keep a catalog of all of those inside of Google Drive. Now once it's in Google Drive, I can share it, I can put it in a shared drive, I can put it into a training folder, I can share it with someone outside the company if I need to. If I've recorded a client session, that I can just share a link to the recording, and Google will automatically share that file to everyone who is a part of the meeting. They get an email notification, and it's nice and simple. So that's a great way of making sure that all of your meetings are recorded and saved so that you have a copy of all of those. And the thing I love about it is, as opposed to something like Zoom, where you have to either save the recording on your local desktop and then upload it into Google Drive. It's like a two-step process, and you don't always remember doing it, right? And the other thing is, I don't think Zoom saves the chat transcript. They might, but I've had some trouble accessing that before. And thirdly, if you use Zoom's cloud recording, there's a limit on that, and they want to bump you up to a higher plan, and you've got to remember to download it from their cloud and then upload it to your Google Cloud, and I just find myself forgetting to do that completely. And so having Google Meet record the meetings is super simple. Now, this is a feature of the Enterprise plan. It's not actually available for everyone right now, but it is free until September. So if you want access to that, just drop our team a message and we'll switch it on for your account. Really simple to do. We can just switch it on in the back end, and then you'll get access to Meet Enterprise recording. That's about it, guys. I wanted to share with you for a couple of moments some of the ways that Concierge can help you delegate. If you are a business owner and you are working in the Google ecosystem, I would strongly recommend you consider our Concierge program. It's a technology concierge service for small business owners, and it covers not only help desk and technical support and taking care of the basics like, I can't print, or I've got a problem with this Google Doc, I need you to fix it. It helps you to implement technology tools. And so what that means is, if you've got Asana and you want to use it a bit more like we use it, or you've got Google Chat and you want to have your third-party applications automatically integrated into Google Chat, well then our team can actually help you build out those things so you're not wasting your time making sure those are taken care of yourself. We are a team that you can just delegate tasks to and have them taken care of for you. So think of us like a small internal IT department that you can get things off your plate and onto somebody else's plate. So if that sounds interesting to you, jump on the link below and check that out on our website, itg marketinggenius.com. Our concierge service is available in monthly plans and also annual plans if you want to save a bit of money as well. But for anything that you need within the Google ecosystem, like setting up users or archiving someone's mailbox when you delete a user, Google doesn't let you do that internally, but you can do that with our service. We just completely automate the process for you. Anything you need done, like fixing DNS records or taking care of some settings inside your admin panel, like enabling recording, those are the kind of things you can just pop us a message on Facebook or an email or a phone call, and our team take care of that for you. So if you're interested in that, drop a line below. If you have not yet joined our free Facebook group, I'd strongly recommend that. That is for businesses utilizing G Suite, and we do more in-depth live presentations inside that group just for the group members. It's free to join, so you may as well check that out. I'm going to say goodbye now. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. We've got heaps of people on the live stream. I appreciate your time, and I'd love to know from you. Drop a comment down below. What was the most useful takeaway for you in this presentation? Let me know what was the most useful for you on the comments, whether you're on the live stream or you're watching the repeat. I will do my best to answer all of those comments. So go ahead and drop them down below. Let me know what was the most useful for you. What are you going to implement straight away? Was it calculating your time? Was it getting things off your plate using the delegation framework? Was it integrating more apps into the Google ecosystem so you can have a bit more of a fluid way of working with your team members? Or was it considering a shared task management system like Asana to get more tasks done and get things off your plate and onto your team's plate? I'm going to say goodbye. Okay, Phil has said, can you ask the concierge team to contact me regarding Google Enterprise? Phil, yes, I can. Matt has said, just signed up to Concierge. 2 weeks in, they've helped me sort out my team drives. Money well spent already. That's amazing, Matt. Thank you so much for the feedback. Phil has said, I need to wean myself off Zoom. It is a challenging process, Phil. I'm a minimalist at heart, and honestly, I find that using less tools just make things simpler. The other thing is, if you've got to buy Zoom for like 5 team members, you're spending $1,000, which is the cost of Concierge, funnily enough. So if that tip just saved you $1,000, that pays for your Concierge for the year. By the way, Concierge is about to go up in price. We've just announced new prices from July 1, but we're allowing people to slip in on the old pricing right until July 15. So if you're interested in checking that out, now would be a good time to chat to our team before the pricing changes forever. Unfortunately, due to COVID, due to different changes in our labor costs in the business, we've had to put the price up about 20 to 30% on our different plans. We've made some amazing improvements to the value of those, but if you want to lock in the old pricing, now's a good time to take advantage of that. Okay, Steve has said, I hope this is related. iPhone or a Pixel? Well, this Google collaboration is making more sense. All right, I'm going to hang around and answer that question. I've been an Apple guy for a long time, since I was a teenager, grew up in a house full of Macs, and so I am an Apple fanboy. I then switched to Android when I wanted to use a more deeply integrated system with the Google apps. What I like about Android is I can have a work profile and a personal profile, and the work profile allows me to separate my businessy stuff from my home stuff. So like 2 different versions of Google Photos, 2 different versions of Instagram, 2 different versions of different applications that I use every day. That's one feature that's really useful inside of Android, but the downsides of Android is that it's just not the same experience as using an Apple machine. I find myself longing for the it just works every single time experience of using a Mac and using, therefore, an Apple device. And so I would say if you can like borrow an Android device, go ahead and check it out. The reality is at the end of the day that all of the apps are pretty much the same. Instagram, Facebook, Gmail, Google Drive, Google Meet, Google Chat, Asana, Slack, Zoom, all of those tools are pretty much the same on each one of those devices. And so it doesn't really matter what device you use. It's more, do you really want a particular feature of Android, like the ability to customize a few extra things that you can't do on iOS? Or are you the kind of person who wants a it must work every single time experience of Apple, and then you may choose to use the Apple? Using a Chromebook is very different to using an Android device. An Android device is they're just not as stable. Using Google Drive on the web is a very different experience to an Android device. Most of Google's tools are very Apple-esque in experience, in that you just don't have any dicking around or crashes or weird stuff that happens inside them. But unfortunately, Android is just a little bit like that. So I chose to buy a OnePlus rather than the Pixel. Wasn't that keen on the Pixel. The OnePlus was cheaper. It's about $1,000. This is a OnePlus 7 Pro. It's got more memory, it's got a great wide angle camera, and so I chose to get this instead of the Pixel 4. This is my pick out of the Android phones, and I picked it up on eBay direct ship from Hong Kong for $1,000 rather than a Pixel phone, which was $2.5 grand at the time. And of course, you've got that factor with Apple as well. A brand new iPhone top of the line is in the realm of $2,500 as well. Let you mull over that and decide whether or not you want to go for one. But I want to say a big thank you, guys. If this was useful, please share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one next Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Australian time. See you later, guys. Take care.